Hi everyone! I know it's April Fool's Day, but I am not fooling you when I say that in this short tutorial we are going to learn how to wear our hair half up, half down in 3 different ways. The first way I'm going to show you, we're just going to be taking some pieces from the front, pulling them back, and we're going to add a little bit of a twist to it so it's a little bit more unique than just throwing your hair up, half down with a hair tie. The second way, we're gonna add to the first look that I show you, and we're just gonna add a fishtail braid to it. And then the third way, we're going to add a pull-through braid to the hair that we pulled back. And the last tutorial that I did, we did a Dutch pull-through braid. So in this tutorial, it's actually gonna be a little bit easier because we're not gonna be incorporating in any new hair with it. It's just gonna be the hair that we pulled back for our half up, half down hairstyle. And all that you need today are just some clear elastic bands. I sprayed some dry shampoo in my hair before I got started just because my hair was dirty today. So if you feel like you need to add anything to your hair before you get started, then I would definitely do that. And also the curling iron that I used today, I wanted to have some tighter curls, so I used a 1-inch iron. First thing I'm doing is just spraying a little bit of my Batiste Volumizing dry shampoo near my roots and my ends. I'm just grabbing my first 2 sections of hair that I'm going to tie back. So these sections are going to be about 2 inches on each side, and I'm going to leave a little bit of my front out so I have some shorter pieces to frame my face. And now that it's tied back, I'm going to take the tail and I'm just going to lift that tail up and tuck it in through the hole at the top, and that will create a twisted effect. And now I'm just going to pinch it a little bit tighter so that the elastic band is up a little bit higher. I'm grabbing 2 new sections now for my second twist. So these sections I'm grabbing right behind my ear, and I'm gonna pull them back, tie them off with an elastic band, and do the same thing where I tuck that tail in through the top, which will create another twist. And now this is the last twist that we're going to make, so I'm grabbing 2 more sections, this time a little bit further back than the last section I grabbed, and I'm tying it off and I'm just gonna tuck it in again to make that twist. Now if you want to loosen up the twist a little bit, you can use a rat tail comb. You're just going to take the pick of the comb and you can use it to just loosen up the twist wherever you feel it needs it. And this first look is complete, and now we're going to go on to our second look, which is the fishtail braid. So for our second style, we're just gonna make sure that all of the bottom hair is away from that top twist. So I'm clipping mine off to the side, but if you want, you can just move it off to the side. Just make sure it doesn't get incorporated in with your braid. For the fishtail braid, you're gonna take any of the hair left from the twist and you're gonna split it into 2 sections. On the left side, you are going to take a small section of hair from the bottom and you're gonna cross it over the top to the top of the right section. Now you're gonna take a small section from the bottom of the right section and you're gonna cross it over to the top of the left section. You're gonna do the same thing over and over again. So you're always just taking a small section from the bottom of one side and crossing it over to the top of the other side. You can continue this braid as far down as you would like and then just tie it off with a clear elastic band. When you're all set and it's tied off, if you want to loosen it a little bit, you can just pinch and pull it apart a little bit to loosen up the braid. Now we are all set with our fishtail and we are going to go into our last style, which is our pull-through braid. So those lower hairs are still gonna stay tucked away while we work on our pull-through braid. The top section that has already been tied off when we were working on our twist, we're gonna keep that there. The lower section, we're gonna split into 2. We're gonna move it on top of that section that had already been tied off. And we're now gonna combine those 2 tails that we just created and we're gonna tie it off with a clear elastic band. Once we're all set with that, we're gonna split the bottom section now into 2 sections. We're gonna move it on top of the section that we just tied off, and we're now gonna combine those 2 tails we just created and tie that off with a clear elastic band. So you're just going to continue the same steps until you get down to the bottom of your braid. You're always going to be splitting the lower section into 2, moving it up top, then combining the 2 tails that you created and just tying it off with a clear elastic band. Once the braid is complete, you're just going to loosen it up a little bit. So you're just going to pinch at the sections where you had it tied off with a clear elastic band just to get the braid a little bit bigger and a little bit looser. And now our last style is complete. So we are almost done. The last thing I am going to do is just curl a few pieces. So I'm using a 1-inch curling iron today just because I wanted to have a few tighter curls. And I'm going to curl all of the hair away from my face. And lastly, I'm just finishing everything off with my Amika Touchable hairspray, which is a really light and flexible hairspray.